This is the Bitcoin Globe, day 1303, counting the days down until the next Bitcoin halving. I have my MacBook here on my lap, so forgive the unsteadiness. If there is any unsteadiness, there's a bit of unsteadiness. There's a bit of unsteadiness in the Bitcoin world. Look at what's going on in the Bitcoin world today. There is a lot of negative news. I haven't seen negative news for Bitcoin in a while, so I'm kind of excited for that. And there's a reason for it. Let's take a look at, now there's different kinds of negative news, obviously. This one, the big negative news today is that Circle, which is a Bitcoin exchange, is basically withdrawing from the Bitcoin space. Like, it sounds like permanently they're done with Bitcoin, right? My rebuttal to that, or my response to that, is good. It's kind of like when Mike Hearn's left Bitcoin. Bitcoin's shedding off these negative developers and these negative entities that aren't really doing anything except trying to leech off the value of Bitcoin. The best thing the investors in Circle could have done was just to buy some Bitcoin, and especially when it was at like the $200 levels, and this you would have tripled your money. How many investments do you triple your money that quickly? You could have done it with Bitcoin, and it could still go up. And if they invested just in Bitcoin, it's like me. If instead of gambling, if instead of investing in mining, there could be some good mining, but I've never had any luck with mining. The pack mix from Hashness, okay, you'll make a little Bitcoin. That's nice, increasing your Bitcoin a little bit. Anyways, the bottom line for me, and from I think most companies are learning, the best thing they could have done was just to buy Bitcoin. Now, obviously, that's not so easy to get investor money just to say you're going to buy Bitcoin, but your investors would have been freaking happy if you had bought Bitcoin back 200 just a few years ago, when after the Mt. Gox, and you started to see some of the exchanges pop up and some of the potential of Bitcoin. If you'd have bought around the $200, $300 level, and now you would see the 750s. Is it going to go down? Maybe, based off of this news. Did it go down after Mike Hearns left? I think it went down a little bit, and all the mainstream media places have picked this up. What has Circle ever done for Bitcoin is my question. Who is Circle? I've never used Circle. Have you guys used Circle? Has anybody ever used Circle? Do you ever read any Circle Bitcoin news? I remember, maybe, I don't even know how long ago this was, maybe a year or 2 years ago. With Circle, I remember them there was some kind of, I forgot they weren't using the word Bitcoin or something like that. I don't even remember. It was so insignificant and didn't mean much. But there was some Circle news a few years ago. You can probably look that up if you take Circle Bitcoin and read the news if you go back far enough. I'm not going to get into that. It's not going to do that for you. You can do that for yourself if you're interested in reading the history of Circle. But basically, they have not done anything for Bitcoin, in my opinion. What have they done for Bitcoin? They haven't done any innovations. At least Coinbase, I see some innovations. They have the Shift card. They have the cold wallet. Maybe Circle has that too. I've never even tried. But at least Coinbase has been backing Bitcoin, promoting Bitcoin. They offer Bitcoin. Like if you sign up Coinbase, they'll and deposit some money in Coinbase, they'll give me money, Bitcoin, and they'll give you Bitcoin. So at least they're like giving, they're doing something for the Bitcoin community, the world. Maybe they're not the best company, but it's not easy to be a company in the United States, especially when you're kind of, in a way, a competitor to banks and governments and all that stuff. So it's not easy. Give Coinbase a break. It's not easy to be a business in the United States, and that's why I don't think Bitcoin is going to do well in the U.S. I feel like we're falling behind in the Bitcoin space. Maybe we can pick it up. Maybe things can change. Who knows? But of course, for Bitcoin to succeed, the price needs to go up. I think that's just the bottom line, and it's not the USD value. The value across the world and different currencies needs to go up. You look at India, the value of Bitcoin is more in India. It's creating these unique exchanges, and who knows what's going to happen every day. Like today, I did not know. I woke up and I started reading the Bitcoin news, and it was mostly negative, and it also corresponded with some negative things in my life. But these negative things are you have to look at them as a positive way. If you're on the path forward and you're trying to live in the moment, and negative things happen, you're shedding. It's like a snake shedding his skin. You're shedding off that negativity, and you're moving into a more positive reality. Personally, you're moving into a more positive reality. And Bitcoin is kind of like, for me right now, it's like the rope that I'm holding on to. It's giving me strength. This is not an easy world to live in. Earth is not an easy planet to grow up on, and I have it pretty good for the most part. Most Americans have it pretty good for the most part. It's not so around the world, and we should just be grateful that we're here in this moment. And then there is technologies like Bitcoin that could allow for more freedom, that could create a more positive reality. We don't know. We wake up each day and we find out what's going on I find out through Google News. That's where I'm fed my news. Is that an accurate reflection of what's going on? It's hard to say. I talk to Bitcoin. I talk about Bitcoin a lot. I love reading about Bitcoin and watching Andreas's video yesterday on Bitcoin. If you haven't seen it, I can't remember the title of the video. I will post that in the link below. I usually don't take the time to do that, but this video was phenomenal. Talking about in fact, I'm not going to post it now because I remember the title of it. It's "Streaming Money" by Andreas Antonopoulos. I'm probably not pronouncing his name correctly, but check that video out. It is mind-blowing. The best developers in the world are working for Bitcoin. And so the evolution of Bitcoin is going to take these huge leaps. And he was talking about Nimblewimble, which I hadn't heard of. I want to look into that. There are still going to be some innovations in the Bitcoin world that